Move on, yeah. Right, cool. So Mark, pre-season ends in a defeat, but what did you make of the overall performance tonight from the players?
There was spells of good, but spells of good aren't going to be good enough. So we need to, there's bits we need to address. I mean, the two goals we conceded first half were comical, and I don't want to be sat here in a week's time, saying the same stuff. It was. Considering I didn't think they really hurt us. On the good side, they're going to be top end of the league above, so we know that first and foremost. They beat us 5-0 last year in the FA Cup, so we're already a couple of goals better than that. But the first one's a long ball over the top, which we should deal with, miscommunication. Second one, we tried to overplay in our own box, which is criminal. And then we worked so hard to get ourselves back in the game, and then we've probably got a bit greedy, and our eyes have lit up a little bit at 2-2 and thought we can get something more out of the game. But we've overcommitted for both of their goals. Which, listen, that's the frustrating bit. That's the bit that we'll analyse and pick the bits out of. But there was some good stuff in there as well. I thought actually our forward play in the final third, first half, was very good. Reece Turner blinks, Nozza running through. We got the ball wide. We put decent balls in the box. Created 2 or 3 great chances. That 2 off the line. So from that perspective, there was loads to be pleased about in the attacking third, but the defensive third, which is the staple of what we do here, no, we were found wanting with that, so that needs to be better. And then second half, we pressed the ball a bit better. We were a bit more lively. Top end of the middle third. Killer came on, did great again. What a puzzle we've got to fix next week in terms of the 3 strikers. So yeah, bits of good, bits of to improve upon. But that's it. We've got 2 training sessions now. There's nothing else to, we don't get another practice at this. It is what it is now, and we've got to just iron out a few creases and make sure we're at it come Saturday.
So based off what you've seen from your players during pre-season, would you say we're going into good shape or better shape than what we were last season going into new
Well, undoubtedly better shape than we were last year. There's no doubt about that. We're a better squad of players. We've got more depth. You look at the fact that we brought obviously a lot of change on today, but I've got a squad of 20, which I've got to whittle down to 16, and they've all got an argument about how they should be in that 16. I mean, what we've got is we've probably got a couple of sort of 2-into-1 scenarios all over the pitch. So we've got 2-into-1 probably right side of the back 3. Oh, sorry. 2-into-1 at wing back. We've got probably 2-into-1 in midfield, a couple of different midfield players. We've got 3-into-2, 2-into-3 up front. So I've got lots of puzzles to fix and lots of decisions to make this week. But we have got more depth than we had last year, and that's a positive. We hope that'll take us further and deeper into the season. And I think in terms of the games we've played, we've had better challenges than we had last year, and we've generally acquitted ourselves fairly well to them challenges.
You just touched on then the puzzles you have to decide between the players, and the depth is much better than last season. That must be a good thing for you as a manager, despite having to choose between those players. It's a lot more comforting to know you have actual depth and competition in the side rather than relying on the bare bones of the squad.
And it makes lads understand that if they're not at it, they're not going to be in the team. If they're not doing the job for us, that we've got willing replacements, in behind. So there is a job to do in terms of keeping people happy, because I know every player wants to play football. But we are a much stronger unit. I mean, I suppose one of the issues at the moment is we've got 21 players. Everyone's fit, so no injuries, which is unheard of, I suppose. We've got 1 suspension to deal with, which is David Norris, so we know he's not going to play the first couple or first one. We're just waiting for some clarification on how many games it actually is. But we've got good depth, we've got good options in different areas. We can go different shapes. We've stuck to a shape and we've worked at it, and it's I think it'll serve us well. But we know we've got players to change things if we have to have a plan B or a plan C. And the decisions are made in terms of the squad. The decision now is which lads are going to get upset on Friday when they're not in the squad for the Saturday, and Saturday when they don't play. But like I've just said in there, whilst we've been good, I don't think anyone has really got God-given right to be in the team. I think there's an argument for everybody. So yeah, that's my job. And then I'll put out the team that I think are going to be the most honest, hard-working, the fittest, the ones that we can trust to do the things we've asked them to do when we go to Stalybridge in a week's time. But we are going to need all those players down the line.
Well, after the disappointment of last season being cancelled completely due to COVID, what's the ambition for this season? To go one step further than playoffs? Or
well, yeah, I suppose the ambition is that we want to win it, because who doesn't? I said in the week with the Northern Premier League podcast that there's probably 10, 12 teams that will all be sat here thinking we've got a great chance. If we can apply ourselves in the way we did last year in terms of making ourselves stubborn, hard to beat, and allowing our quality to manifest itself into pinching wins, and we're not always going to go out there and dominate the ball. We know that, because we haven't got the luxury of some clubs that can go and buy conference standard footballers. So the ambition is that we want to go and do as well as we can. I want to back us to be as good as we were last season at least. But in the same vein, that comes with a word of caution, because this league is a different animal to what it was last season. This league is going to be tough. There's a lot of clubs who are having a right go. They're going to be disappointed, because you can't all be up there. So we want to make sure that we are in and around it. I think we've got a stable nucleus that we kept from last season. We've added some quality to it. It's my job and the staff's job to get a song out of them from day one, because I think the other danger with COVID and all the rest of it is, if the season doesn't finish, you've got to be up there. If it goes points per game, which it might do, we've got to make sure that we're consistent from the get-go, and that's what we'll be aiming to do.
Cheers, Mark.
Thank you.